cut down vegetation covering more than 40 acres of land in the BN municipality of the Western North region. This vast amount of space, comparable to 30 football fields, included several farmlands in the Aboabo community. The riverine portions of the area remain a forest reserve. Residents of the Aboabo community are, however, unperturbed by the distraction as they are ready to trade more farmlands to these miners. Let's bring in now Erastus Asare Donkor, who's joining us just before we get excerpts of what's happening in the Anyanso area. And Erastus, I must first of all congratulate you on this new move that you're taking, initiative to also deepen the education about illegal mining within the Samaraboi community and other areas affected by illegal mining. Let's talk about, what happened over the weekend when you premiered this documentary, this time round in the local dialect.
Exactly. Yes, it was a great experience, I must say, that a number of people, over 100 people from the community gathered in the Forest Club, and the reactions alone, watching the documentary for the first time, some of them for the first time, it was breathtaking. In fact, there are some who said they never knew that, digging up the earth, going through those formalities could have any sort of impact for them on their health. In fact, some were expressing, the shock that they never knew that it has even some implications for newborn babies and for pregnant women as well. And so they were happy that the multimedia group has been able to come to them with that information. And some had to even take us to their farms, their cocoa farms, to show us how illegal mining has impacted negatively on their farms and even the water that they use to water their farms.
I see, and the devastation is on, I must say, sadly. What do you feel that you're getting from these residents as to what they intend to do as, ordinary citizens, just to mount a bit more pressure on dealing with this problem?
In fact, I would say that knowledge is power. And you could see that now their eyes have been opened to the effects of what is surrounding their community. In fact, some of them were using the polluted Tano River to spray their cocoa farms, to water their seedlings and all that. They never knew that when you do that, the polluted water will have an effect on the yield, the contamination and all that. And so I would say that it was some sort of debate, some sort of huge engagement. The chiefs were there, the citizens were questioning them as to their power in stopping what is going on and eating their farmlands and eating their livelihoods. Some of the chiefs said they were sub-chiefs, they were subject to dictatorial, sort of information from the top, from paramountcies. And so they could do nothing. But the citizens disagreed. They said, well, you could still do something because that particular land belongs to you. And so you can do something or even inform the paramountcy that this is what is going on. And so I would say that people have been empowered, people have been engaged, they have the opportunity to now voice their feelings and to talk about this. I know that going forward, they will be more empowered to deal with people who want to pollute their water and take over their farms.
How about the way forward and what's likely to happen next? Samaraboi, yes, but there are other communities still reeling under the effects of illegal mining. What do you intend to do with this new wave and drive that you're carrying out, showing and the effects of illegal mining to these remote communities?
So we are happy to be powered or sponsored by the Voice of America, VOA, and the United States Agency for Global Media. So we have 3 more communities coming up. We are now going to choose which one of them we should go next. We have Wasa Kupon coming up. We have Manso in the Ashanti region also coming up. And we have other areas coming up as well. We want to do this. If we have more sponsorship, we could spread this to cover other areas affected by illegal mining. The idea is to engage communities, empower them with knowledge about the effects of illegal mining, build a force that will fight illegal mining from the local level. And I think together we can save the environment.
Erastus, thank you. And now we take you to the Amiaso area where Clinton Yeboah has visited the municipality, showing devastating effects of illegal mining.
The unlawful mining activities in many areas in the country, especially in the Ashanti and the western regions, continue to wreak havoc on land, forest reserves and water bodies in mining communities. Trees have been felled, cocoa farms and important economic crops have been cleared, either illegally or willingly, by farmers for Galamsey to thrive. At Abuabo, a small farming community in the Amiaso enclave, illegal miners have subdued farmlands spanning several acres. The Amiaso East Forest Reserve, which is one of 8 forest reserves in the Amiaso Bibiani municipality, have also seen portions intruded by illegal miners in the quest for gold. The Abuabo River and Aframpie River have been heavily impacted. The Abuabo River, which leads to the Ankobra River, has been blocked to supply water for the illegal mining activities. Despite the intervention by the Rapid Response Team of the Forest Commission in 2019, the situation persists as farmers and community members connive with illegal miners to harm the forests. Where I am standing currently, we understand is supposed to be a cocoa farm and a plantain farm, but currently has been cleared to create this Galamsey site. We understand that behind these 2 sinkholes is a river that has been blocked to stall the water so that the Galamseyers or the miners who come here to mine would use it for their washing. The sad part of it is that the youth are divided as to whether this is beneficial or not. Some are defending that if the activities of Galamsey here would generate them revenue, does it matter if a small stream is blocked? Theophilus Kofi, a resident, says the community is willing to lease all lands for illegal miners.
I work on this away, as is a beginning panasa,
The government doesn't help us. If a Galamseyer will listen to us, then we'll give him the land. It has helped us to get jobs and maintained calmness in this community. Even if government wants to extend the mining to other areas, we are in support of it. Some political leaders in the area are alleged to be owning illegal mining sites. Christopher Ajedu, who is ready to resist attempts to restore the wreckage, says the Galamseyers obtained the lands lawfully. They did not illegally acquire these lands. They come into some agreements. Owners have assessed and they are okay with the agreements. The owner of this land, which is now a site, has bought his car. He agreed to it. Whilst their resistance has been fierce, some concerned community members are appalled by the looming health and environmental hazards of illegal mining. Chem Samuel, a farmer in the Abuabo community, observed that strong political hands make the fight against illegal miners difficult. He is therefore appealing to the Minerals Commission and anti-Galamsey institutions to intensify measures to curb the menace in the Amiaso enclave.
As a good citizen, I'm just calling upon the government to come and help us, because I hope the pictures and the videos there, the machines which are parked there, and you saw how the guys were even trying to attack me at the site. You all know, because somebody have sent them. They even told me for this one, it will not go anywhere because they know where they are coming from. And I'm just a poor guy. Even I don't have money for my schooling, neither can I fight those people. They are mentioning names. So I'm urging the governments to come in to fight for us.
Municipal Chief Executive Paul Ando, however, believes the authorities in the municipality have been proactive in the fight against illegal mining. He says lack of jobs and quest for development should not be an excuse for the devastating of lands, forests and water bodies through illegal mining.
So I quickly liaise with my Commanders DMC, that is the District Mining Committee. I think they went there and nobody was seen at the site. But as on their way coming, 4 excavators was gathered at a specific community. And through their investigation, they are yet to find out actually who owned the fact that the assembly or the government is not holding to their effort. It doesn't necessarily call for illegal mining, because we cannot say actually we are hungry so that we can use our both hands to eat.
So far, over 14 regions in this country are suffering from the devastation of illegal mining. One can also realize how underdevelopment and unemployment are tied to the illegal mining activities in this country. But from the Municipal Chief Executive of BBNE Municipality, a hungry man is not supposed to eat with 2 hands. As to what update would be coming, we'll be on grounds to report. From BBNE, my name is Clinton Yabua for JoyNews.
I speak to our of the eco-conscious citizens who's joining us now via phone. Thank you for your time here on the polls. Now, we have farmers willing to give out their land, as we're learning from this report, due to poor yields, and they're giving out their lands to illegal miners. That should be worrying, isn't it? That we're gradually getting to this point where people are giving out their land simply because of the returns they're getting from these illegal miners.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. I mean, the situation is getting worse and worse and worse. I don't know what to say, or we have to realize that if farmers self-mine, that does not give you the right to go and mine. Before you can mine, you need a license. But I think we have to focus on different fronts. On one front, we have to understand that it's like a war going on, because the destruction of our farmland, whether people have sold their land or not, the destruction of the water body will have food security issues, apart from the fact that we're poisoning ourselves. And I listened again to the clip of the president saying that he was prepared to put his presidency online because he understood the seriousness of the situation. So we need to make sure that the remaining months that are left, the president actually did what he said he would do 7 years ago. In addition to that, we have to tackle the we're prepared to begin when there was a coup. Are you telling me that the military we have, all the forces we have, we cannot deal with illegal miners to protect the citizenry from the absolute danger? I think that we're just not doing enough. But yes, and we should then go and buy the land, make sure that the lands are protected. We need to tackle this on so many different fronts. If we don't, not only will we be poisoned, we don't have any food to eat if our lands are being used for mining purposes.
Looking at the situation, government should be considering a policy that would perhaps help these poor farmers to keep their land, irrespective of the low yields, isn't it?
I mean, of course. They should make sure that they keep their land irrespective of the yield. But what I'm saying is that if the farmers are selling the land, either government buys it or individuals who have money, instead of flunking their money around, one of the things to do is to buy up this and make sure that it's preserved for farming purposes or for whatever purposes, and not obviously for mining purposes. We in your report, there was a story about rivers being, contaminated to use for farming, for mining purposes. It has to be stopped. May we face clear and present, and the government needs to, whether they have to send troops. It's like a civil war going on. We need to stop it before we all die of addiction, because they're just sort of seeing the beginning of the end, and we need to nip it in that now. So I'm calling the president to actualize what he said about putting his presidency on the line, because I'm not seeing any of it. I'm rather seeing journalists putting their lives on the line, going to report on these matters. But I'm not seeing the authorities that actually doing to stop what is going on. Sure, our army is stronger than any illegal miners, whatever arms they have.
it appears we might have lost Awolasewa.
Hello?
Yes, we lost you briefly on that point there.
Yes, the point I was making was that, I'm not sure where you lost me, but I was saying that we need to hold our president to the promise he made. You can't tell me that the authorities and the army we have are not as strong as any forces the legal miners might have. The reason why we can't stop them is that high flyers are also engaged in what is going on, and we are not prosecuting them. Today, nothing has happened to the directors of mining. So we are finding it difficult to deal with other people. But I don't think if the army decides they are going to put an end to what is going on, and if the farmers are selling their land, the government can buy, individuals can buy, to stop the land being taken over by illegal miners. Even if the illegal miners have the land, you cannot mine without license, regardless of whether it belongs to you or not.
Awolasewa, we're grateful for your time here on The Pulse.